her own son. News 4's Lauren Henry has more on why state drug agents say they didn't expect it to make its way to Oklahoma so quickly.
To us, he was magic.
At the Conquest Martial Arts Gym, paper stars line the walls. Each one has a student's name, but one star is a little bigger and sits above the rest. Jake.
I don't think that he was that different than other sweet, beautiful 18-year-old children.
In December, Jake died of a drug overdose.
When the name of the drug that they listed as his cause of death popped up, I just thought, is this another name for fentanyl? So I put it in Google, and immediately a story about a warning about this drug came up from Tennessee, that they had a rash of deaths there.
The new synthetic opioid is linked to a growing number of deaths across the country.
Cyclorphene is one of the new analogs that we're starting to see. So there's really no research on it. There's no data on it. There's no medical use or purpose for this actual drug.
The drug isn't detectable through fentanyl test strips, and it's not clear if Narcan will reverse its effects.
I will say you will have to use additional doses of Narcan to even hope that it's effective. You're actually playing Russian roulette with this. We do know this is probably approximately 10 times stronger than fentanyl.
Jake's death is one of two in Oklahoma, and through her grief, Jake's mom wants to spread awareness about the deadly pills with the hope Jake's story could save lives.
This happens to anyone. Like you can be the smartest person in the room, and this can happen to you. It can happen to your child.
And our hearts go out to her. And tonight, we're starting something new here at 6:30. We're breaking down a reporter's story each day with the reporter to really give us a behind-the-scenes look. And Lauren Henry joins us now. Lauren, we just listened to your story. That's so heartbreaking for the mother to have to endure this. But also, OBN really wants to get the word out that these pills are so dangerous. They're deadly.
Yep, they absolutely are deadly, Heather. You know, I think we heard in the story that we're being told that these are 10 times deadlier than just fentanyl, which of course we know is very deadly in itself.
So what is their next step then? To go before the pharmacy board, right? What will they request?
Yeah, well, they're going to go before the pharmacy board and try to work with the pharmacy board and the legislature to try to get this drug to be considered a controlled dangerous substance and hopefully outlaw it.
What is the drug even called?
So it's called cyclorphene. Now there is a longer, more scientific name, but drug agents today were referring to it as cyclorphene whenever we were speaking.
And you know, it's interesting, it's so new that there's probably not yet a street name on it, or if there is, it's not common enough to even know what it is. But typically that's what happens. So where have these other deaths been reported?
Well, essentially, we've seen a lot of deaths happening in Tennessee. So I believe it's been reported as of the beginning of the month, there were 19 deaths in Tennessee, but this drug has also been linked to deaths in Texas, Illinois, and Ohio.
And so there were two other deaths reported in Oklahoma, but one of them wasn't technically an overdose. What happened with that one?
Well, of course, we saw Jake's story when his mom spoke with us earlier today, but this other death that I was told about by the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics, it was blunt force trauma. That was the cause of death. However, they did test positive for this cyclorphene in their system.
Which that could happen, let's say, if you pass out from taking this drug. And as we heard, 10 times more stronger than fentanyl. He said it's like playing Russian roulette. What is OBN doing to address this?
Well, like I said, they're planning to go before the pharmacy board, but as of right now, I think the big push is awareness, right? So we saw them make that huge post shortly before we aired our story, just to try to get the word out to parents, to people, and to any young folks out there who might be partaking in any sort of recreational drug use.
Such an important thing to talk with your kids about tonight, as again, this is brand new and deadly. Lauren, thank you so much.
Thank you, Heather.
And still to come, don't get used to these spring-like temperatures. Taking a live look outside when you need to prepare for a return of summer weather and then also colder temperatures too. It's next.